So, I have to tell the entire world this story because it's funny as hell, to me anyway, and I want to share it, even though it's, 1:45 in the morning on Christmas Day, and I'm completely just out of the shower. Like, I am probably going to put on my cream while I tell this story. I just combed my hair, but, I just need to tell this story to the girl because it's fucking hilarious. And I'm slowly sobering up, so that's a good thing. I'll probably be drinking some water while I talk as well, because if I wake up with a headache, I'm going to kill somebody, and that somebody will probably be my brother. Anyway, so, this shit that happens to me in the bars, this is the third time this has happened. Like, some creepy-ass guy has tried to hit on me. Well, the first time, he wasn't as much trying to hit on me as just trying to talk. But this is at least the second guy, some drunk ass dude has been trying to hit on me. And I mean, it's kind of nice because when I'm not when I'm all prettified and straight hair and nice makeup, like I'm quite pretty. I don't mean to sound egotistical at all, but I think I'm quite pretty. And when I'm made up and people agree, obviously, I've had guys tell me I'm pretty, and I have had creepers creep on me, like this hobo that I'm going to tell you about. So, I was out after dinner with my cousin, her mother and my mother were best friends. So, we're not really cousins. I call her mom aunt, she calls my mom aunt, so it's like cousins like that. And then I was out with my in-law, and I was out with my brother. My in-law's husband. My sister-in-law's husband. So, I was sitting in the outer back corner of the bar, of the booth. Wow, the booth. You could probably tell I was a little buzzed, but this guy was drunk off his rocker. Anyway, so I was in that corner, and then my cousin was across from me. And then my in-law was next to me, and my brother was across from her. Now, we're sitting there talking, and like talking about the drama that's going on in our families and stuff like that, and just talking about fun stuff too. This fucking hobo, smelly, disgusting ass guy, I swear to God, he had like a copper tooth or something, came up to us and said hi and what's going on, and then he sat down next to me and he was like, I was really just came here to see if I could get her number, and he pointed to me, and I was like, oh dear God, not now, not this, I'm not sober, I can't do this. So I was like, no, sorry, I don't give it out, which is a little better than the last time a guy tried to hit on me. Last time a guy tried to hit on me, I just said I didn't have a number. This time, I said, I don't give my number out. So he was like, really? And I was like, really? And, but he wouldn't fucking leave. So he was there, and he was still talking, and then my cousin, my genius cousin, said that I'm from out of town. And I was like, yes. So he's like, oh, where? And I was like, fuck. And genius me thought of Ohio. That's where my sister and my brother and her family are from. My sister and her family. So I was like, great. So he's like, oh, where in Ohio? And I'm like, I don't know this guy. I don't know how much he knows. I don't want to take him near my sister and her family. Like, oh my God. So I was just trying to play it off like, oh, somewhere in like the country, like deep country. Like, you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it. And then this entire time, my in-law has been giving him the evil eye. Like, blatantly. So he finally pointed that out. And my brother, who has been like tensing up this entire time, I was seriously waiting for him to pounce. Like, literally, like, he's a very protective brother, and I love that about him. He was a Marine, and he's extremely protective, and that's great because I had no idea what I was doing with this guy. I was waiting for him to pounce. So he pointed out that my in-law was giving him an evil eye, and her husband, my brother, said, well, it's probably because you're hitting on my little sister. So he was like, oh, your little sister? And they were talking about, he was trying to figure out the family. And it was actually really funny because he thought that my brother was actually with my cousin. So when he found out my brother was with my in-law, he's like, really? The entire table went silent. We were looking at each other like, how was that weird? We couldn't figure out what his problem was. But, yeah, so I was sitting there, like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. Come on, guys, start talking for me. Like, I am so impossibly grateful that my family was there, and impossibly grateful that my brother is as protective as he is, because I was so oblivious as to what to do. Oh my gosh. I don't remember. I cannot remember why he finally left. But he did. Finally left, and we sat there, and we just looked around, and I was like, oh, great. And then dumbass me was talking about how this was the third time it happened. I started telling them about the other 2 times that my poor brother was sitting there tensing up some more. And as I'm telling the stories, I'm thinking, oh, fuck, you should not have done that, Laitie. So, yeah. So, the creepy ass shit that happens to me in bars. Awesome times. Oh my god. Like, I just don't even know. How did he point me out? Because I looked a little tipsy, which I was. But I was surrounded by people all around me. Oh my god, I don't know. But it was absolutely hysterical. And I am actually seriously sitting here hoping that he didn't follow us home. And hoping... Well, I know that the door is locked. I triple checked that the door was locked tonight. And hoping that the services of my brother-in-law will not be needed. It helps because both my brother and my brother-in-law are very big men, and you wouldn't want to get in a fight with them. It's great. Like, if you try to target me, you're screwed. Because I have a lot of guys on my side that will kick your ass and leave it hanging to dry in the street. Like, I'm really lucky. And other than that awkward hobo guy incident, I had a great time. But I had to share that with the rest of the world because it was absolutely hysterical. And I am debating on when to tell my parents this story. Thanks for listening, and thanks for dealing with my ugly just out of showerness. Goodbye, everyone.